Oh hey, welcome to my desk. Today I'm going to be drawing whatever I want. Okay. So it's been a long week. It's only Tuesday, but I don't know. I'm feeling tired a little bit lazy. So I just thought today, instead of, like looking up references and doing a whole bunch of research on a topic or, practicing all this stuff beforehand, I thought, what if I just, draw whatever and, just chat with you while I do it. So that's the idea for today's video. And I don't really have a plan for what I'm going to draw, but hopefully some cool stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with a line. And yeah, this kind of looks like a leg. So maybe let's go with that. And I do actually, I do doodle like this pretty often, especially like if I'm on the metro or, traveling. It's just a way to pass the time, And it's also kind of like a form of discovery or exploration for me. I start making lines until it starts looking like something, and then I start making it look more like that thing, And it's sometimes makes me like, sometimes it's cool, whatever it is, and sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's not as successful, So that's one of the reasons why I was hesitant to do this with you guys, because I don't know, sometimes the drawings are not great. And I just, I don't want to be embarrassed or anything, but I just reminded myself that, the main goal of these videos isn't to impress you. It's to, create a relaxing environment, one where I can feel free to, explore and experiment with you guys. And in that way, I feel like I'm growing. So yeah, that's the idea. And, I'm just making a pizza. A slice. What toppings should I put? I think it's gonna be mushrooms and olives. I really like mushrooms and olives on pizza, personally. Let me know in the comments what you like on your pizza. And what your stance is on pineapple on pizza. I'd care to know. And some steam lines might be good. Make it nice and hot. Alright, let's do something else. Yeah, I was thinking about when I was young, when I was a little kid, my mom would talk on the phone a lot in her bed. And I would sometimes like lay in there with her while she was on the phone, and she would sometimes have like a pad and paper, or a pen and pad, and she'd be doodling. And they would just be like smiley faces or whatever. But I did find it just so relaxing to watch her draw and just like listen to her talk about whatever. And I guess in a way, I was thinking like this is my way of like recreating that feeling. I don't know, that was a very peaceful time, and I'd always remember that feeling, so I just wanted to like manufacture it. Not really, but you get the idea. That was ASMR. I didn't realize it at the time, but that was what I was experiencing, I think. And I'm just telling you that while I'm drawing these hairy feet in a puddle. But sometimes you're standing in a puddle. Okay, what now? What should we draw? Let's see. Alright. I think I have this glass on my table, and I just wanna, I guess I can just draw a version of it, but it's actually an old jar that I repurposed. And I think I might just put a flower, maybe that'll be a flower. It kind of looks like a broccolini, actually. Or a carnation, maybe. But yeah, that's okay. Let's move on. Let's see, what else can we do? This is part of the process of just learning to ramble about nothing. Sometimes it's easier when you have a topic, because then you can just talk about that thing. But in this case, I don't really have anything to talk about. I can talk about whatever, which is actually more challenging than I would have imagined. But it doesn't really matter, right? It doesn't matter what I'm saying. You're just gonna fall asleep and listen to me chatter on while I draw these weird little drawings. And this is definitely part of the experiment. See what I can muster up to talk about. Alright, I don't know if you can tell that I'm hungry, because I keep drawing food. I think I got a little birthday cake going on here. But I'm actually not much of a sweet person. I mean, I like cake, I'm not an animal, but I would definitely go for something a little salty before something sweet, personally. Let me know in the comments what you like to eat, what kind of snacks and stuff. Or whatever, your favorite flavor of cake is, I guess. But you don't have to if you don't want to. I'm just making conversation. Let's go ahead and put a teacup next to this cake. See if, a little tea or coffee with cake could be nice. When I was a kid, I used to drink milk with cake, which honestly seems gross now. I wouldn't want to do that, but I guess, when you're a kid, you don't drink coffee or tea, so what are you gonna drink? Water? That's boring. Alright. Let's see. What should we do now? That looks kind of like maybe grapes, so I'm gonna go ahead and make some fruit. Maybe some fruit in a bowl. So we got grapes, an apple, bananas, maybe a peach. And let's make the bowl. Let's see. I'm thinking of one of those, those platform bowls. Growing up, I had one of those in my house. I thought it was nice. I wouldn't mind getting one like this. Now, I do have a couple fruit bowls, but nothing like on a stand like this. Could be nice. Could be nice. Okay. I think that one's done. Alright, what now? Let's see. What should we draw? Alright, let's see. This is looking like a piece of bread. Another food. Let's make a sandwich. I'm personally an excellent sandwich maker. Just so you know. I consider it an art form, honestly. Making a good sandwich. Everything matters, You gotta make sure that every step of the process has flavor and something to add, And let's go ahead and make a little Coke, or, whatever you want, a drink. And to go with our sandwich, sorry. And let's add some bubbles and maybe a straw. Sticking out, like that. That's a nice little lunch. Alright. Let's see. What should we do now? I guess this could be a face. Alright. Maybe it's a woman. And she's standing with her arm out. Maybe because she's dancing. Let's draw our partner dancing with her. Yeah. Oops. Let's see. I may have made this a little too short. The proportions on this one are not looking amazing, but that's okay too. Let's just keep going. Sometimes you don't really, I lose faith a little bit halfway through a drawing. I'm not crazy about this one, but, whatever. Let's see. Alright, let's move on. I guess I'm feeling kind of tired now, so let's just do like one little last thing, and then I'll call it. And I think I might just do a little SpongeBob. Yeah, my first video was about SpongeBob. I really love SpongeBob, so I always got this in my back pocket. Can just draw SpongeBob. And that's enough. I Alright, that's it. Well, I hope you like this one. Let me know in the comments what you think of, this format. I'm not so sure about it, but, if you like it. And I will see you in the next one.